Ever wondered what a rain garden is and how it can transform your yard? Let's embark on a journey of discovery, starting with the basics. A rain garden, in its simplest definition, is a planted depression that allows rainwater runoff from impervious urban areas like roofs, driveways, walkways, and compacted lawn areas the opportunity to be absorbed. But it's much more than just a solution for water runoff. A rain garden is a beacon of sustainable landscaping, a living testament to the idea that we can coexist with nature in an urban setting. It's a unique way to manage water runoff, turning what is often seen as a problem into a beautiful and ecological solution. Imagine rainwater from your roof or driveway being redirected into a beautifully landscaped area, teeming with native plants instead of flowing into storm drains. This water is then absorbed into the ground, replenishing the local aquifer and reducing the amount of pollution reaching our streams and rivers. Rain gardens can be integrated into various landscapes regardless of size or location. They can be an oasis in a suburban backyard, a small patch of green in an urban environment, or a centerpiece in a public park. The key is to design the garden in a way that it can handle the amount of runoff it will receive, and choose plants that can thrive in the local climate and soil conditions. But the true beauty of a rain garden lies in its versatility. It can be a colorful flower bed attracting butterflies and birds, a shady retreat with ferns and moss, or a miniature wetland, complete with rushes and frogs. Each garden is a unique ecosystem, tailored to the specific conditions and the personal preferences of the gardener. So, a rain garden not only adds aesthetic value to your yard, but also contributes significantly to the environment. It's a small step towards a greener, more sustainable world, and it all starts in your own backyard. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the benefits of rain gardens in our next scene. Now that we know what a rain garden is, you might ask, what's in it for me? Well, rain gardens are not only an attractive addition to your landscape, but they also offer a wealth of benefits for you and our shared environment. Let's delve into these, shall we? Firstly, they play a crucial role in water conservation. By capturing rainwater runoff, they reduce the need for supplemental watering. This means less strain on our water resources and a lower water bill for you. It's a win-win. Not only that, but rain gardens are also champions of pollution reduction. They act as natural filters, trapping stormwater pollutants that would otherwise end up in our waterways. By doing this, they help keep our rivers, lakes, and oceans cleaner and healthier. But that's not all. Rain gardens are also biodiversity hotspots. They create a haven for local wildlife, attracting a myriad of creatures, from beneficial insects to beautiful songbirds. By planting native species in your rain garden, you're contributing to a vibrant, thriving ecosystem right in your own backyard. Moreover, the aesthetic appeal of rain gardens is undeniable. They offer a unique blend of beauty and functionality, transforming an often overlooked aspect of your landscape rainwater runoff into a dynamic and visually pleasing feature. With the right plants, a rain garden can be a riot of color and texture throughout the year, a feast for the eyes and a source of joy and relaxation. And finally, rain gardens can increase property values. They demonstrate a commitment to sustainability, which is increasingly attractive to home buyers. So not only does a rain garden benefit the environment, but it can also be an investment in your property. Clearly, rain gardens are more than just a pretty face. They are a powerful tool for sustainability. Let's explore how you can plan and create your own rain garden in the next segment. Ready to create your own rain garden? It all starts with a good plan. First things first, you need to determine the right location for your rain garden. You'll want to select an area that naturally collects rainwater. This could be a low spot in your yard, or somewhere downhill from your home's downspouts. But remember, it should be at least 10 feet away from your home to prevent any possible water damage. Now let's talk about size. The size of your rain garden will depend on how much water you're hoping to manage. A good rule of thumb is to plan for about 1/4 to 1/3 of the size of the area that's draining into the garden. But don't be daunted. Even a small rain garden can make a big difference. Next, you'll need to consider the type of soil in your chosen location. Different soils have different drainage rates, and this will affect what plants you can use and how your garden performs. Sandy soils drain quickly, while clay soils hold water longer. If you're unsure about your soil type, a simple jar test can help you figure it out. Now the fun part, choosing your plants. You'll want a mix of deep-rooted perennials, grasses, and shrubs that are native to your region. These plants will be adapted to your local climate and soil conditions, and are more likely to thrive with less care. They'll also provide the added benefit of supporting local wildlife. Consider plants that can tolerate both wet and dry conditions. The center of your rain garden will be the wettest area, so choose plants that love having their feet wet here. The edges of your garden will be drier, so opt for plants that prefer these conditions for these areas. The planting stage is the perfect time to let your creativity shine. Play around with different plant heights, colors, and bloom times to create a garden that's not only functional but beautiful as well. Remember, every good project starts with a well-thought-out plan. With our plans in place, it's time to get our hands dirty and start building our rain garden. The first step in constructing a rain garden is to dig a depression into the ground. This is where the magic happens. The water will collect and slowly percolate down into the soil. Ideally, you'll want to create a shallow, wide basin about 6 to 12 inches deep. The size and depth will depend on your landscape and the amount of runoff you need to manage. Once your depression is dug, you'll need to shape it. The goal is to create a gentle slope that guides the water into the basin. It's like sculpting the land to create a natural bowl. Remember to leave a small mound or berm on the downhill side to help contain the water. Next, prepare the soil. If it's heavy clay, you might need to amend it with compost or sand to improve drainage. This is crucial because the last thing you want is standing water. It should drain within 24 to 48 hours after a rainfall. Now comes the fun part, planting. Choose native plants that love water, as they'll thrive in this environment. They'll also attract beneficial insects and birds, enhancing your garden's biodiversity. Start with the deepest section of your garden, planting moisture-loving species. Then, work your way up the slope, choosing plants that can handle drier conditions at the top. After planting, apply a layer of mulch. This helps to conserve moisture, suppress weeds, and protect your plants. You might want to use a heavier mulch like wood chips to prevent it from washing away during heavy rains. Remember, patience is key. It may take a season or two for your plants to establish and for your garden to start looking its best, but the wait will be worth it. You'll have a beautiful, functioning rain garden that not only adds aesthetic appeal, but also plays a crucial role in managing water runoff and supporting local wildlife. And voila! You have successfully created your very own rain garden. A beautiful garden requires care and attention. Let's talk about how to maintain your rain garden. While rain gardens are designed to be low maintenance, they still need a bit of upkeep to stay vibrant and healthy. Watering is essential, especially during dry spells. Although these gardens are designed to make the most of natural rainfall, during periods of drought they may need a helping hand. Weeding is another crucial aspect of maintenance. Be vigilant and remove any unwanted plants before they take over your garden. This will ensure that your chosen plants have enough space to grow and flourish. Finally, let's consider seasonal care. In spring, prune any dead stems and add a fresh layer of mulch to keep the soil moist and suppress weeds. In fall, cut back perennials and remove any fallen leaves that could smother your plants. With a bit of care and attention, your rain garden will thrive throughout the year. Like any garden, rain gardens can face some challenges, but don't worry, we've got solutions. Standing water can be a common issue, especially after a heavy downpour. This often signifies that your garden's soil isn't draining well. By incorporating a mix of sand, compost, and topsoil, you can improve your garden's drainage capabilities. Plant health is another concern. If your plants aren't thriving, it may be due to the wrong plant choices for your climate or soil type. Always select native plants that are adapted to your local conditions and can tolerate both wet and dry periods. And what about attracting wildlife? If you're not seeing the birds and butterflies you hoped for, try adding a variety of flowering plants to provide nectar and pollen. Remember, a diverse plant selection encourages a diverse wildlife population. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Rain gardens are a beautiful and sustainable addition to any yard. They transform water runoff into a thriving ecosystem, contributing to water conservation, pollution reduction, and supporting local biodiversity. From understanding what rain gardens are, to planning, construction, and maintenance, you've now got the blueprint to create your own. And remember, any challenges that come your way are just opportunities for growth. So, are you ready to bring the magic of rain gardens into your own yard? The environment will thank you. The